Oh, sorry.
We're live.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not me, but the Clinton. Yeah, already. What can you say about this protest, girl?
I think that it's a good turnout, and it is nice that people actually care about the situation.
Acknowledgement to Mana Whenua, who we are, Ngāti Whenua, Ngāti Whātua Whenua, and in everything we do, we reflect on how we are creating more liberation and honour for the land and the Indigenous people and for all people in Aotearoa. So first of all, thank you all for coming, and as you can see, what we've got going on at the moment is some chalk if you feel like writing a message. In the middle there's a brainstorm of some ideas that you have when you think of the word feminist justice, what comes to mind. And thank you all for bringing your lovely signs. So now we're going to turn over to the amazing, brave woman who called this protest, and she's going to talk to you and yeah.
Can you hold it for me?
It can go up.
Okay.
It can go up.
Sorry about that.
No, I'm not gonna go on.
Just thank you guys all so much for coming out today. It's
Organise
seeing so many people giving up their liberties to come stand for justice and for the victims in New Zealand. We call this because of what happened. It's not okay, it's not right, and we all know it needs to change. It cannot happen again. So that's why we're standing here. And why people are standing across New Zealand over last week and next week to continue to say, we need change, we need change, we need change. And I'm just so glad that so many people have turned up to say that. It's awe-inspiring, it's amazing. We're standing for the victims here, and that's why we're here. Just before we continue, I'd just like to remind everyone that we don't have access to the roads. We're not marching, we're staying right here. So don't go on the road. The cars will be there. So we're going to open the mic up for anyone who wants to come and say why they're here, their story, what this means to them. And you can continue writing what you think out on the chalk and the paper and waving the signs and just being here so that we can show everybody that we're not going to allow this to happen again in New Zealand. Would anyone like to wrap up? And yeah.
I just wanted to say, like, to everybody who came here today, like, thank you. The people who have been through victims and survivors of sexual assault, they all thank you for being here today, including myself. Like, sending all that love, sending all that peace. We're all standing up here for justice. You're all loved. Everyone, I hear you. If anyone wants to come up to me, I'm offering hugs, I'm offering talks, I'm offering anything. And just keep being you, keep protesting, keep giving justice. We're gonna get this little fucker in jail.
Kia ora. So my message is basically to the New Zealand government. Bitch, you need to wake the fuck up and you need to put this bastard in jail where he belongs. He has traumatized the lives of so many people, and that fucker deserves to be in jail. We need a change. So get up off of your fucking asses and make the change that we need. It's hurting people's lives. It is giving them trauma that they're going to live with for the rest of their lives. Do better.
to say that I stand with and for every survivor and want survivors' wishes to be factored into what justice is. Right from the beginning of when a person tries to get justice, it's up to the police as to whether those charges are pressed and whether a prosecution is pursued. At various stages in the justice process, survivors can be failed by the system, and then ultimately, if someone's locked away, that person then gets failed and more abuse happens. So what are we going to do that's going to create solutions to this problem? Deep problem in our society. A feminist in Tauranga, Auckland has started a petition, and she ran a protest for consent education in schools. And we total for that. We really believe that prevention is the best way to really solve this problem in our society. Personally, from my political perspective, I do not believe that prisons are the answer, because I do not trust the justice system. It's a patriarchal system, it's a colonial system. It's a system that it favours men, so it's never going to actually create justice. So, who wants to speak next?
What does this say to our victims in New Zealand? That he gets 9 months home detention, but this will affect those girls' lives for the rest of their lives. They will have to live with this into their adulthood forever. What does this say to everyone, all the kids out there who have experienced sexual harassment, sexual assault? What does this say to them? What does this say to us as the next generation, that the justice system won't support us? That they're not here for us? What is this going to do? We need to make change. We need to support victims. Stop victim blaming. This is not going to create any good. The schools need to help. Schools need to support victims. I know personally, schools need to listen to victims. They need to be heard. They need to be supported. The government needs to help us. This is not going to show these girls who are amazing in coming out and trying to create a change, and this is what they get in return. They should be respected. They should get the justice they deserve. This is, as a country, is this what we want to represent? Not supporting victims, not supporting young girls, not supporting children, not supporting anyone. We need to make a change. We need to teach consent. We need to teach proper support. We need to stop it being a means to an end. We need to stop it at the root before it gets to something like this. It's not fair on anyone. Personally, I don't want to live in a society where I'm expected to be the voice. It should be the government. I'm 40. I should have to experience this. This is not, I should be doing schoolwork. I shouldn't be having to deal with being in the same class as someone who's harassed me. This is not what we want to stand for. And that's why we're here today. We're here to make a change. The justice system needs to support everyone. Not just guys, not just the rapists themselves. The victims need to be supported. And I don't feel like we're doing it in this current society. So that's why we're here. We're here to make a change, and I'm so glad so many people are here, and so many people are here to support.
Yeah, just a big thank you to everyone who has come and spoken and who wants to continue to come up. Just feel free to come up and grab the mic and say what you want to say. Yeah, it's sad to be here, really. I don't want to be here, you know. I don't want to have to be saying this. I don't want to, and I want it to be different. I don't want to have to think to myself, why are we living in a country that almost encourages rape? Why are we not saying, you do something bad, you are punished? He wasn't punished. We don't punish them here. So why are we allowing that? You know, why are we saying that's alright? It's not. We all know it's not. But apparently the justice system doesn't know that, and we need to tell them. Is there anybody else who wants to come up and speak? Oh, okay, here. So just come on over.
Frankly, the situation is Sorry, I'm shaking, I'm so angry. It's reprehensible negligence by the justice system and the police department. They may have decided that they want to protect a fucking rapist, but we will not let you hide. Jayden Meyer is the one who should be fucking afraid. He wants to make the women around him feel terrified. We're not going to stand for it. Don't let his name leave your fucking mouth. Jayden Meyer, you are a criminal and you deserve jail. A little bit shitting myself. I just want to talk a little bit about the history of this movement. 10 years ago, the Me Too movement was started after a really public case, the Roastbusters, where hundreds of girls were raped by a teenage rape gang that was trying to get famous for raping girls. The response from the police was to treat every single girl's testimony as a unique case, so the fact that it had happened 100 times didn't matter, only the evidence that each individual case had was counted. Also, the New Zealand media really fulfilled that teenage rape gangs' wish to become famous for raping. They have still not been through trial. We are 10 years on from that, and 100 girls are still waiting for justice from the Roastbusters trial. It's disgusting, and we really are we see it all the time. The media is talking about the boys, they're talking about the rapists, they're talking about the abusers. But I've had a fucking enough of hearing about the swim captain or the fucking budding musician. In 2019, the 3 News did a case, I think it was News Hub actually did a report. Where are they now, Roastbusters? Not in fucking jail!
Okay, I'm a bit nervous about this, so I haven't really spoken too much about this. I am a survivor of sexual abuse, and this is really this. Here we go. So this case really resonates with me because I was really affected by my abuse, and 2 years ago I came up with the courage. I built up the courage to go forward, try and seek justice, try to go to the police, get it sorted, get a case. And I went through the whole report system. And I will let you know, I have never felt so isolated, so unvalidated in my life, trying to open up about my abuse, just to wait months for police to come up to me and say, oh yeah, your case is dismissed. And that is not okay. Justice needs to be served, not just for these girls, but also for these girls, but for all victims. This is not okay. This has been happening to everyone, all the fucking victims. But, so yeah, this is why I'm here. I also went to the protest in Hamilton as well. This means a lot to me. And I also just want to let you guys know that you are not just victims. You are survivors. Your trauma does not define you. And we should not let Jayden Meyer fucking get away with this. Thank you. And I am here for anyone that needs to fucking get a hug or needs to talk to anyone. I am here. We are all here. We are all here as a group to fucking support one another. So, thank you.
Kia ora whanau, my name is Candace, and I just wanted to touch on why I'm here today. Let's break it down. Jayden Meyer got 9 months home detention for 4 rapes. That works out to be about 2 months, 1 week for each victim. Are you fucking kidding me? I spoke to some lovely people up here in the crowd just before. New Zealanders had a longer sentence last year with more restrictions and lockdown than what this arsehole is getting for 4 rapes. I'm so angry. I have questions for the judge, questions for the justice system. What kind of fucked up message does this send to girls or boys that have been affected by sexual assault coming forward? It just says, why bother? And that's not good enough. Every single person in this first world country deserves the respect and the dignity of having the offender tried and sensibly sentenced. Yes. 2 months and 1 week on home D per victim. Not good enough. Not good enough. Not good enough.
good at public speaking. This is actually fucking terrifying, but this means a lot to me, so I'm going to try. I am from Tauranga. I go to school with the girls that this happened to. I don't know them, nor should I, but this means a lot to me. So as a survivor of rape, I was told so many times to go to the police, to tell people, and I completely refused. I didn't even want to bother because I've seen how many people have tried and not succeeded, and I don't want to put myself through that. And I have a baby sister, and it would break my heart if she had to go through what I've been through, and through so many of my friends have been through. And it's not good enough. We need to change. We need to do better for our future generations, for our siblings, for our kids. I don't want my daughter to live in this world.
Kia ora, my name is Jordan. I'm actually from Hawke's Bay, and I was travelling through Auckland and just walking past this and thought it was probably fate that I came across this. I was 5. I went to the police. My mum took me. I got nowhere. A 5-year-old's word talking about what had happened was not good enough. But what 5-year-old can describe the things that had happened to her and not be taken seriously? It was an absolute disgrace. And this happened over 15 years ago. And there has just been no change from the government or the justice system, and it is absolutely disgusting. We need better. And I thank you all for coming out, because it takes people coming out and speaking up to get change. So thank you.
So, my name's Blake. This is my friend Sam. I'm, for one, as a man, boy, a guy, fucking sick to say that I am who I am. I don't think it's right that girls should have to have the constant fear of living in the New Zealand's fucking society. The fact that no means no. Can you not just take that as an answer? It's not hard. Even my dog understands the word no. And is that fucking saying something? Like, it really just, it means a lot to just have all of you come out here and take the time out of your beautiful Sunday to come protest against this fucking guy who is sick and gets 9 months, and it just says to other people, you have the right to go rape anyone because you'll just get 9 months. 9 fucking months is not enough. We need to send this Jayden Meyer guy to jail and give him what he deserves. Can I hear something, please? It is not okay. Okay? It is not okay for him to get 9 months and have these poor 4 girls get left alone from the New Zealand justice system to pick up their own fucking pieces because of what happened. It is not okay. Thank you very much.
I'm Sam. I'm actually from Nelson, down south. I am a survivor of sexual assault, and it just disgusts me that we actually all have to come out here to protest, to have our say, to get our word across. It disgusts me and makes me so angry, burning with anger to have to come out here. Yeah, thank you guys. This time 2 years ago, I was in a relationship where I was sexually abused. I was forced to move schools and lose a lot of safe spaces. The reason I did move schools is because of the harassment I was receiving from his friends, because no one believed me. And these women, I'm in therapy still 2 years later, these women are never going to be healed for the rest of their lives. And this man has literally gotten time out. He's gotten a time out, he's gotten grounded for ruining 4 women's lives. And that's not okay. Thank you. My name's Olive Nelson. I'm also a survivor. It happened to me from the age of 5 to 11. I went through the court system at the age of 11 and I didn't come out until the age of 16. It took that many years for him to be prosecuted. He was a grown man, he was my uncle, and he did it for that long, and there was so much evidence, and it wasn't just me, but another person, and they continued to tell me that I was lying, that it wasn't real, and I was trying to do it for a show. But to this day, I have smells, I see him, I hear him, I feel him, and to those victims, I want to let you know that you are not alone, that the feelings that you feel are real, and that you have all these people in the whole of Aotearoa that are helping you and want to stand with you. Guys, thank you so much for coming out, but I do have a question for the judge. What if it was your daughter? What would you do then? What would you do? For the police officers, if that was your daughter, would you stand by and watch her get 9 months in jail? It does start as at the school system. It starts off learning about consent and about communication. But we also need to talk about when us women go in there and have our rape kits done, that it actually gets processed. It also starts from there. It starts from the seed that we put into people. So I ask you all, what would you do if it was your daughter, your niece, your friend, your next door neighbour? Would you sit by and watch a man get 9 months in home detention, watching Netflix, getting food by himself, and just a slap on the wrist? And to that mum who thinks she's a lioness, you are right. Mums are lionesses. So those 4 girls' mum, they're going to come and eat you alive.
Kia ora. I first want to say thank you. Every single person that is here today, victims, bystanders, parents, mothers, fathers, children, we greatly accept you to be here today. Because this is how it starts, New Zealand. This is how we get justice. We come out here, we speak, we share our stories. We stand with the victims, we stand with the survivors. Aotearoa, this is not who we are. We're a first world country. We speak on victims, we represent ourselves that we're this amazing country, but we're not if this is what's happening. Aotearoa, we can do so much better, and it starts right here. Starts on the streets. Starts with the voices. Starts with the children. Protect our children. Protect our families. We all love you. You might think sometimes you're alone. You're not. Look around you. We're all here supporting each other. I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you.
We love you. Wait, but then, oh, this is Fiona.
Kia ora. Okay, awesome. So, do you want to just, who wants to do some reading? Is anyone, yeah? Anyone? Yeah, something will be upside down, so it's all about different perspectives.
It says it can happen to anybody.
This is a brainstorming exercise with the theme being feminist justice. So feminist justice is the main word, and then this is what people have been saying.
Yeah, it can happen to anybody. We need change. Don't shame victims. Better support. Stop blaming people. Clothes aren't consent. Do better.
Okay, and it says here, rape is a crime. What else? Did you read them so fast? Don't shame victims. Stop blaming victims. Protect our children.
Protect our kids. Intersectionality, consent, justice system has failed us. Kindness, queer inclusivity. Listen to more voices.
I think anti-racist, no means no, do fucking better, all genders, kindness, my body, my choice, healing, community. Does anyone else want to do some reading? Yeah, hello. So a lot of intersectionality and yeah, it's for justice.
We're not done until our voices are heard. I'm into that. Listen to more. Said. Generational support. Only yes means yes. I'm taking over because most of these are upside down. The victims will be facing the aftermath for longer than the rapist. There we go. Again, no means no. Justice to the victims of rape. No tolerance for the rapist. Hell fucking yeah. All of these are just upside down. If they're more upside down, they could like translate. That one's short, but look at that one. Believing survivors.
Yeah, awesome. And I see the word consent is key and we need justice. Okay, cool. Does anyone need any of those words explained? Should we talk about any of those words? Does anyone have any more thoughts they want to share? What's the time? Oh, 12:30, so long. Well, I'll roll out another thing, and what should our next key word be that we can all brainstorm about? Maybe like, what do you want justice to look like? And then everyone can put down their thoughts about that. Okay, that's going to be on the next roll. We'll just hold this up now. Everyone, well done everyone who made that happen. It's so awesome that all of our ideas get written down and made into our future because we've created it together. What do you feel like doing now? What does everyone want to do?
We keep going. Does anyone else want to come up and speak? Is anyone else?
Does anyone have an AUX chord? Because we could play some music, but don't have an AUX chord. Oh yeah? Play that? Okay, we'll leave the open mic open. And then there'll be more brainstorming on that paper over there, which is, what do you want justice to look like?
Yeah, so if you want to come up and speak, just feel free to come up and grab a mic and we can make that happen. If you want to, but otherwise, yeah, we'll listen to music. We can keep going with the chalk and with the writing. You can keep writing down what you want to write down, and yeah, we'll we'll see where it takes us.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say thank you to Olive, wasn't it, who shared their story? Yeah. I just wanted to say thank you for that, because that's what kind of inspired me to share my story, because I'm in a very similar situation from you, same ages as well. I mean, I'm only 14 now, but from ages about 5 to 11, I was abused by a family member, and it was really, really hard, and I still haven't gotten justice. I still can't take it to court. I still can't do anything about it, because this man is very, very powerful. But I wanted to say thank you, because you've given me the courage to tell people things that I don't tell people. And if the news is saying this, my mom sees this, like, thank you. My mom's the only person who's ever supported me about this in my life. And you've made me feel loved and supported, everybody here today. So thank you.
Yeah, it's clearly very real. It's not fake. We're not making it up. And if you have a story that needs to be told, and if you are sitting here today or watching, and that's happened to you, don't be afraid to tell your story, because 90% of the women population in New Zealand have been sexually assaulted. A majority of that hasn't come forward. So come forward, even within your community and your people. But kia ora.
We just wanted to say thank you guys all for coming, and thank you for wearing white in solidarity. And just because of what's happened recently with this case, if you have a story to tell and something similar has happened to you, please don't be discouraged from speaking out and getting support and telling someone. I know it's scary, but there's people obviously here that want to hear what you have to say and will support you. So yeah.
I just want to thank Bailey for this putting all together the protest and everything, and just want to say thank you for everyone who's here, and yeah, sending love and support to all those people. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm back. So hearing all the stories, I went kind of early. I wasn't actually going to talk about this. When I was about 7, I was nearly kidnapped in a Burger King. My mom was in the bathroom. My mom was in the bathroom. I didn't think that she would be gone for long. And all of a sudden I'm off the floor. A hand is up my fucking skirt. And I'm being taken outside. If it wasn't for that one employee going like, hey, you didn't walk in with that kid, I don't want to imagine what would have happened. And honestly, what kind of sucks is I never told my mom for years. And when I officially did, she didn't believe me. It really shows that it is incredibly important to speak up about the issues to anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. You just... Sorry. It is so important to speak up to literally anyone. Even if they don't believe you at first, find someone else who will. And if you can't find someone else who will, then call someone. Call a hotline. Just do what you can to receive justice. And for those of you out there who still haven't, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I sincerely hope that you get the justice that you need, like I should have from my own mother. And put Jayden Meyer in jail.
Hi, I'm back. So I said before that I wrote the school, the victims of Jayden Meyer, and I just wanted to give you guys like a little bit of good news because we need some. So there was an email written to our principal, his name is Mr. Gordon, saying that we need consent to be taught in schools, like in year 9. He's written back I can probably read the email. I'll read the last bit because it's quite personal. I'm proud of you for taking the stand on behalf of your peers, and it is my hope as principal, but also as a dad of 2 daughters, that your efforts will make a real difference. So he said that he is meeting with the head of counselling. So that's a step, and that's really important. So.
Just before we get our next speakers out, I'd just like to say that this is a very heavy topic and it's a very emotional topic, and if you find yourself getting upset or if you need a break, you leave, you go, you take your moment, or you don't, you know, whether it's a walk around or you don't come back, you look after yourself first and make sure that you are putting your emotional state first, because it's such a heavy topic to be talking about.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm a survivor of sexual assault. I was 5 years old, 7, 12, and 15. And it disgusts me. I can't get into proper relationships now because of it, and I can't trust anyone because of it. And I'm so sorry that everyone has to be here today to fight this, to continue fighting for this, and it shouldn't happen. Yeah. Thank you. Hi, mine will be relatively quick, don't worry. So I actually only moved to Auckland pretty recently at the start of this year for studies. And to come here to a new place and then see that this is an issue is, to say the least, very, very disheartening. And to be completely honest, it is fucking appalling. To see that so many of you here have been victims in the past, and that you've had to go through this trauma and deal with this throughout your lives is fucking disgraceful. It's horrible. I can't understand how your government would just stand by and let this happen to you. And even with that, you have people who are just absolute jerks about it. You say, oh, well, maybe you should have been wearing something better. Maybe you shouldn't have been out that way. Well, why does that fucking matter? You didn't say yes. So that doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter what you were wearing. It doesn't matter what you were doing. Your clothes do not speak for you, right? If you genuinely think your clothes are speaking to you, I think you need a mental fucking hospital.
Hi, I just want to say, thank you everyone who is here today to show support, and I want to say that it's fucking appalling that this many people even need to be here, because, you know, I think it's pretty fucking obvious that violating these people's rights, like ruining their lives, should be a pretty big fucking punishable crime, but apparently that's not obvious enough to the government. Because what does it say when these people are able to get away with just a slap on a wrist that teaches people that this is okay, that this isn't going to be punished, that you can do whatever you want to people and just ruin their lives like this and get away with virtually nothing, like no punishment whatsoever, like barely, you're going to be barely affected for ruining these people's lives. It is awful that we even need to be standing here today to say this shit. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been standing up and, you know, sharing their stories, because it's very fucking difficult, and it's an awful thing, and, you know, our systems have, you know, failed so many people, and we need to, you know, support victims. We need to stop, you know, questioning, like, these people's, you know, stories, and believing the rapists, siding with these rapists who are just getting away with this shit. It's appalling, and thank you everyone who's come here to show support.
So I'm back again. I'd just like to say that if you or anyone you know has been sexually assaulted, sexually abused, raped or anything, there is help available, no matter what. It may not seem like anyone cares or they might put it off, but somewhere deep down, someone will care, will listen to you, and will listen to what you have to say, because your voices should be heard from a mile away or anywhere. You know, this is not okay for people to get away with a slap on the wrist. Like I saw on the news, a man went fishing and got a year in prison for feeding his family, which was a trout. This poor man was feeding his family, but this 16-year-old, now 18-year-old guy got 9 months home detention to sit at home for raping 4 girls when he is at home for free time, doing whatever he likes. And the fact that his mother said to someone, "I'm a lioness, it is my job to protect my cub. In the next 2 to 3 years, you should all watch your backs, especially the girls." Now that is disgusting for someone's mother to say, "Watch your backs, especially the girls," for coming out and coming forward because they're victims of Jayden Meyer. That is appalling that his own mother had to say that, and it was videoed by Spencer McNeil. Right outside the Tauranga courthouse, his mother said it in her vehicle. Now, what is the point of her threatening us all by coming forward about that? The fact that she is now allowing and giving every rapist or unknown rapist in New Zealand to say and come forward and do it to other girls because you're just going to get a slap on the wrist. Now that is not okay, and I'm not here to stand for it. Every single person's voice needs to be heard, and please, no matter what, come forward and say something into the microphone, because anything and everything will be appreciated. I will be emailing my school teacher, Mr. Murray Abraham at Hobsonville Point Secondary School, about this whole thing, and that consent needs to be taught in school, because that is not okay for kids to grow up and think it's okay to rape girls or men. It's not only just the girls as well, it's men. Now that's not what we're here for. I'm going to speak the mic on now to someone else.
I'm really bad at public speaking, so I'd just like to start off by saying that. But I also want to make a point that it is not just New Zealand's justice system, it is justice systems across the world continuously failing women. I'm sure many of you know about America and the recent laws that were just passed to ban abortions in many states. It is crime against women, it is crime against our bodies, and it is crime against the humankind to think that this kind of treatment, this kind of injustice is acceptable in a society as developed as ours. Look at the buildings we are standing in front of. And if we can build those, I'm sure we can put rapists in jail. I can't tell you how fast my heart is beating, because I'm so angry that I sit down at tables at lunchtime at school and hear stories of girls whose cries weren't heard, of boys who weren't listened to. Crimes against women don't matter, because men have always had more rights, because we are smaller and our voices are harder to be heard against the roars of men, but my roar will be heard, and I will not listen to justice I'm saying. Thank you.
Okay, hi, my name's Steve. Sorry, I'm really nervous. I'm only 16 years old, but when I was sexually assaulted, I think it was 13, 14, first couple of years of high school. And I was in a friend group, and there were a few guys in it. I thought that they were all trustworthy. And there was this one man, an awful human being. There were rumors about him that he impregnated multiple girls. And I still went past that, and I believed that he would be a good person. And I thought, maybe I'd give him a chance. I dated him for one day, and he pushed me into him, and he grabbed me, and he tried to kiss me without my consent. And it has stuck with me. And I know for a fact that he's gone and he has touched multiple of my friends without their consent, and nothing's been done about it. Nothing. I haven't gone to the school because my dad's a teacher, so I don't feel like I can. But so many of my classmates and friends have gone to the school and nothing's been done about it. And it's such bullshit that guys can get away with this after ruining girls' lives and making their lives literal hell, and men still get away with shit like this. It's not okay.
Hi, my name is Colby. I'm a trans male. I say their pronouns. I'm 14 years old, and last year I came out to my class and I called for them to use my pronouns and my preferred name. And I'm not going to go into detail for personal reasons, but a group of boys in my class decided they should teach me that I am a female. And I want to say thank you very much to my aunt and uncle for listening to me and getting me the fuck out of that school and moving me to a different school. Everyone I know at that school is amazing, and okay, I'm very sorry. No one should be ignored for their problems. I want to say fuck you to the school for ignoring the problem and only giving those boys a 3-day suspension. It does not matter what happened to you, as well if you felt uncomfortable about what someone did to you, whether it be words or if they actually hurt you. You have a right to be upset, you have a right to tell people and get help. No, you should not be ignored for anything. Sorry, don't mind me. I think I'm just going to put the mic down now. My apologies.
I was thinking about this. Growing up, I would walk down the street and old men would actively look at me no matter what I was wearing. I would walk home from school and wonder, when will this happen to me? I'm a 14-year-old, or any girls or any kids growing up shouldn't have to worry about when something on the news would happen to them. I shouldn't have to worry about what I'm wearing and being looked at and being awful words. I shouldn't have to worry about someone trying to grab my hand as I cross the street. I shouldn't worry about walking home from school, walking to school, going to a friend's house. I shouldn't have to worry about that. I should be learning. I should be having fun with my friends. I should be living my life. But instead I have to worry about this? What has happened to this society that girls all around the world have to worry about when they will be on the news? When will they be that girl? Will they survive? I heard an amazing poem by these two amazing, I don't remember their name, but they're really amazing women who do amazing feminist poetry. And it's all about when you look in the news, as a girl, as anyone growing up, you see, maybe that will be me one day. Will I be able to be able to tell my story? Or if I do, will I be asked, what were you wearing? Did you ask for it? No, I was not asking for it. I'm living my life. Isn't that enough? It's not fair that I have to worry about this as a 14-year-old. It's not fair. Things need to be changed. This needs to be taught in school. School needs to do better to protect victims. I was sharing my story in health class. I go to Western Springs College, and I was sharing my story, and then it was shown to the rest of the class. That's not fair. That shouldn't be analysed. It shouldn't be critiqued. People's stories shouldn't be put up on, look, this is an example of what will happen to you. It's not fair. It shouldn't be something to marvel at. It should be something to oh, this is so awful. It's an actual issue. This affects actual people. It's not just a headline. It's just not an anonymous girl sharing her story. It's not fair that this is so normalised. I just hope eventually I can walk down the street in whatever I'm wearing and not have to worry about something like what happened to those 4 girls happening to me.
My name's Wild. I'm gonna be freeballing this because I just woke up an hour ago, and I'm probably gonna be random. It's gonna be horrible. So I got sexually. Thank you. So I was sexually assaulted at my friend's birthday party in front of my friends. My friends egged him on. They didn't care. They thought it was funny. And okay. And then school, my friend told the counselor that we were having friendship problems because of it. I got put in a room with my sexual assaulter and his best friend and told to work it out. I was locked in that room until I could figure it out, until I could decide either that he would stay friends with the person who assaulted me, or I would lose my room with my friends. This was the school counselor, and I had a breakdown and I told the school counselor it was fucked up. I was crying, and it was the day after it happened, and the school counselor basically told me to get over it. And this guy has gone on to assault like at least 3 more people, and nobody has done anything about it. My friends stopped being friends with me because of it. They didn't listen to me. They watched it happen and they told me it was my fault because he liked me. I don't know. And I haven't got justice. It's been like 3 years, and he's gone on to just assault more people, and nothing has been done about it. And he just continues to hurt people, but people are too scared to say anything, and because of the humiliation that his friends fucking have put me and other people through. And yeah.
Hi, my name's Eden. I'm kind of terrified to be here right now. I'm not supposed to be here. My mom told me not to come because she was worried about me. Sorry. I was sexually assaulted when I was 3. It was my dad who did it. And I tried to speak up about it. Nothing happened. They did nothing. They didn't believe me because at the time my parents were going through a divorce, and they told me that my mom made it up, and that my mom tried to convince me that it happened. But I remember it, and it took a while for me to remember it. Like, you know, when you're young and something scary happens and you forget it. Years later, when I was 12, I remembered everything through a series of dreams, and still nothing happened. I went to my lawyer, who also told me that it didn't happen, and even though I told her everything, the same thing word for fucking word, she didn't believe me, and he's still out there, and it's happened to other people the same. It happened to my sisters too, and still they don't believe us. And there's been times where he's shown up to my school and tried to talk to me, and every time I just feel like I want to throw up, and nothing has fucking happened, and it's so not fair. And I didn't realize that there were so many other people that have been through this too, and I just want you to know that I'm here for you. If you ever want to talk, I don't know, if you can follow me or something, message me. My Instagram is @EdenMorsel. You can text me there. I don't know. I just want everyone to know that I am here for you. People are here for you, and you are heard. And I love you all. And no one deserves to go through what we went through. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everyone who's spoken. I'm just putting around some sign-up sheets. If you want to stay in contact about the kaupapa, please chuck your name and your preferred contact way down, or just check us out on Instagram before you hop off, so that we can all stay in contact and build power, so we actually do create change. This isn't a one-off, this is a movement.
Kia ora, my name is Jack. I just want to say it's so amazing, and I love seeing how many people are here, and that people of all ages and all communities have come together to show our support and to share our stories about what has happened to you personally. And I also want to mention how it is sick that I couldn't walk up from very terminal to here without me and my friends being called beautiful and without being whistled at. And I don't know if they mentioned it or if they noticed that someone had said anything to us or if it was said to us, but I noticed. And I think that that person was sick. Yeah, I just want to say that I love you and you are supported, and all these people are supporting you, and all these people have shared the same experience or had similar experiences or haven't even had any experiences similar, but know that it is disgusting and that this shouldn't be normalized so well. Yeah, justice system sucks.
PJ gave it to me, so I think it's PJ.
I'd just like to say I'm so blown away by the age of you guys. I'm in uni, I'm a bit older, but it's amazing to see, you know, out of things that's being younger age range coming out and saying for doing that at any age, but you know, at this young age as well. So I'll hand the mic over. Just with lots of people sharing very specific experiences, I would like to share just a few moments in my life that I've remembered while sitting there. So I'm not sure how young, but under 10 years old when I was in front of my house riding my bike on the street, and a man who was old enough to be my father, if not my grandfather, yelled at me across the street, "If that bike chain doesn't rip that skirt off you, I will." I would have been, well, when I started high school, about 12, every girl walking to school had a litany where we were in a construction zone, in uniforms, men shouting obscenities from the buildings constructed around our high school. Every single person I know had an experience with one of those construction workers, I swear. I would have been 16, in which I was at a party and was making out with a friend, and without any conversation or lead up, I had a hand very, very much in between my legs. I would have been, well, it was March this year, in which I was at a friend's 21st birthday, and I was groped on the ass multiple times by one of the men in our friend group. This man has had a horrible past with the girls in our friend group, consistently handsy, consistently creepy. He has sexually assaulted one of our friends before. It would have been about a year ago, in which I was signing into Countdown on the QR code, and I had a man walk up behind me, stick his nose into the hair at the back of my head and just go, "Nice." Yeah. It's more than just, it's an entire culture in which makes girls and women feel unsafe just living their lives out in the world. It's every day, almost every single one of my female friends has a story, multiple of my non-binary and male friends have a story, and it's not acceptable to have huge groups of people in our society feeling unsafe just going to the supermarket. And if you can't believe something has to change, that's crazy to me, and that's why we're